Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Hope everybody made it out okay in the snow. Let's get right into it. I wanted to talk about, I think the main thing that we all need is leaders, that we all have a leader, and that what separates us from people that aren't leaders. We're proactive. There's a difference in proactive and reactive people. Reactive people need an outside force to control their decisions, control how they move, control how they work. You hear it a lot in relationships when people, say, "Well, if my spouse would be this, then I would be better. Or if my spouse would do this and this, that, and the other thing." Same way at work. Well, I'm waiting on so and so to get this done for me to, get my part. I'm waiting on so and so to do this. And that's the thought of a reactive person. That's a person that follows. You need something else to drive you. That's not what a leader is. That's not what we have in us as leaders. Now, also, reactive people, there's two circles that everybody works out of. You work out of your circle of concern and your circle of influence. Now, your circle of concern is the things you really can't control. And most people that work under the circle of concern, they concentrate on that so much, their circle of influence is lessened. Does that make sense? What I mean by that is when you're stressed about things you can't control, then the things you can control become overlooked. Now, as leaders, we work out of our circle of influence. The more we work out of our circle of influence, the less our circle of concern becomes. So think of it, we work from the inside out. Now, instead of saying, "I need this person to do this for me," what can I do to make the situation better? In your relationship, what can I do to improve this relationship? What can I do in my job to make make everyone else's job easier? How can I get, for those that work in movement, how can I get this loan from origination to closing? What can I do to make it better? Now, of course, there's always going to be things we're going to be waiting for people to do. We can't do everything, I understand. But I want you to think of something just today. Think of your day. How many times could you have been a little bit more proactive? Did you really give everything that you had in this day? Now, if you didn't, then that's fine. It's all good. Well, tomorrow, do that. Give everything that you have. Be proactive. When you could have a moment to be reactive, think about this and be proactive. Think about, what can I do to improve this? I keep going back to relationships again. If you and your significant other are not doing well, that's life. You're going to have arguments. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. But you always want to, instead of blaming this person, put the blame here, because none of us are perfect and all of us can improve. So if two people in a relationship are both trying to improve inside, then it only makes sense that the relationship will improve on its own. Now, on the flip side, when you're trying to improve the other and you're throwing stones and throwing stones and throwing stones, then it beats down that person. That person doesn't, the other person doesn't even want to do this anymore. So, and about back to work again. Now, that, like I said, that's what separates us from those that are not leaders, because we will go the extra mile. That's what's in us. That's what the leader's quality is. Being proactive is a quality that leaders have. If you're proactive, then you are a leader, whether you have a title or you don't have a title. That is a quality that only leaders possess. The majority of people in the world are reactive. It's easier to be reactive. It's easier to point the blame on someone else, because no one ever wants to be wrong. So it's easier to say, "Well, that person did this, or that person did that." That's the easy way out. We don't take the easy way out as leaders. So this is pretty much all I have for today. Just want you to take those two things away. be proactive, continue to be proactive, and work out of your circle of influence. Control what you can control. And what you can control is being a better you in every facet of life. That's what we can control. We can't control other people. Other people are going to be what they are. Now, the better we are as from the inside out, the better we will bring into our lives. If we aren't, like I said, we can never be perfect. But the more we work on ourselves, the more we stretch, the more that we take in and place the blame here, the better we will have surrounding us, the better we will attract. Does that make sense? I hope this helps, guys. You guys have a great week. Once again, anything I could do to make these better, please let me know. Until next time.